Three cheers for what you're saying, another faithful show of all the dumbest of accusations. Three cheers, you know. Three cheers for all your stories. Talk like an American, thinking on West Side Story. Go from Elvis to Tarantino, across your bedroom walls. But then you said you love me like a bowl of wine. You sort of blew my mind. Yeah, you know, I think I preferred you when you're working for the Eastern Line. John Garfield and Ida Lupino, your favorite movie stars, your fascinations with Hollywood ego at the magic golden parts. You were born in a hot house in KB, go to work is Eddie, go to bed is Cathy KB. Then you hit me in this flaky De Niro. You're heading for the stars. But then you said you love me like a bowl of wine. You sort of blew my mind. Yeah, you know, I think I preferred you when you're working for the Eastern Line. And you can try and tell me as we're trying to cross the road that the people you've been seeing, you know, they're just trying to let go that heavy load. So maybe listen to what they're saying, possibly glad you found you did. But with your tongue fixed in your cheek, 'cause you're the American kid, yeah. Do 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 do. Really keen to get them out because really it blows me away as we were making it, getting rough mixes back, making it and then finishing it, and it's just like fucking hell, and it is mind blowing, and personally, you know, in loads of different levels, the way we did it, like we before. I hate bringing that one up, but before lockdown, for want of a better word, we'd done a lot of the songs. We'd got together in rehearsals, and after the last album, we were still getting together, doing gigs. We had like a bit of an ethos saying, let's keep the momentum going. And I think that meant, like, you know, do more gig, get some capital, possibly do an EP, maybe get some T-shirts to bolster up, to maybe get some more capital to make an album, you know. So there was like this idea and ethos, and it was good because it kept us together as well, kept us as a unit. As much as we were doing different things, we were still a unit, knowing that we had something that we'd started and we wanted to finish it off. In the meantime, so we did quite a few songs, 6 or 7 songs, and then there was a gap of a year, maybe longer, because 15, 16 months maybe. And then I'd got myself out of a bad situation with alcohol. I was sober as a judge, focused. We went for a walk with the lads, and a testament to the lads, because like we all just got back together. It was like we hadn't been away for 15 months it was like, though it was a week or two, and it was like, should we get back into rehearsals? And it was like, yeah. And Nat, who plays guitar with us, got a new flat, and he got a studio in his flat. So before the label and Bill was involved, we were keeping the momentum up, carrying on with the songs. Like, we'd done ones early doors. We got some capital off a friend to pay Bill, and so we had, say, 6 songs. Then the gap happened. Then when we got back together, we were in a really good place. I was. It was great that we were together again, being creative, and the idea was to get into Nats, do some more songs. We had about 5 or 6 that we'd done with Bill, with the money that we'd done with the gigs and the momentum and the T-shirt and a little bit of dropsy loan here and there. So we had 5 or 6 songs. So we really wanted it, and it sounded fantastic what we'd done. Even though I was bladdered for a little bit towards the latter stages, it still sounded bladdered. Sorted all that out within lockdown, got back on track, and sort of started rehearsing. Got a few gigs at the Arts Club in Liverpool to get the momentum right up. And within that time, the record label, seeing that the momentum was going, seeing that we were serious, and Dave from Modern Sky just said, like, listen, we'd love to finish the album off, you know what I mean? And with him being in a band when he was a kid, he was kind of like understood. You know, I said at the time we didn't have a manager. We all worked things out ourselves as a unit, and he was up for that. And we do. You know, I think sometimes managers, their work gets a bit. Sometimes there's nothing to do, so like it's best left to the band to do to know what direction they're going in. So it was good when Dave got involved, and then Phil, Nat, and the lads. In fact, it was an afternoon in Phil's when we were just doing some ideas with Nat to keep the momentum up, and I think within the space of a couple of hours, we had a site set up with my daughter Alice. We had the possibility of working with Bill and a record label, and I think that was all in like an afternoon or something, wasn't it? With like a couple of phone calls, and to me that was really new. The immediacy and instant of like something happening, and by that time that night or the next day, it was a goer, and then it just, should we do this? Should we do it like this? Yeah. Do it in West Kirby? Yeah. And it was just a joy to do. Really, West Kirby itself is like open, if you like, you know what I mean? It's like equivalent, or air or something like that, you know what I mean? So the environment was brilliant anyway. And then you get in the studio, and the studio's old school studio, and then you work with Bill. He's just like, you know, a beautiful, beautiful person, and amazing to work with, really. I've never worked with anyone who's understood me songs so much as a producer, or as sometimes what he was playing as well. I think Jack, who directed it, kind of, whether consciously or subconsciously, that was kind of in the idea of, you know, not what it was about, but the way it was going. You know, it was Kismet. It is a journey in a way, and we didn't say anything like that. But the way Jack interjected some of the old footage, and at first it was like, fuck, you know, it was like, but it really works, you know. It is. Say, if you, it wasn't stuck in. It worked gratuitously. It was like part of a story, if you like, a simple story, but a beautiful one as well. You know, and just Kismet, the fact that like we were in the same street by chance. We didn't plan to end up in that street. We didn't have a ball. We were going to get a ball that day, but not even to plan to go down that street. We were just thinking about messing around with the ball. So when you're doing a photo session, it's always good to like go catch or something like that. So, yeah. Freedom is my lucky friend. I love until the very end. The choices that are made in life by others, sometimes your life depends. Watching as the plane goes by, to all the places that we said we go to. What we've seen in doctors' waiting rooms and train station magazines, and I really couldn't tell the difference now between our whites and Lucas 8. Or so go by. Freedom waits for UNICEF. He's got a situation in a nearby town, and I knew we'd speak again. We're watching as the day goes by. Freedom says to me he's proud of me, my clinic, what I'm trying to do, and I knew we'd speak again, and I really couldn't tell the difference now between Pat Rice and Hattie Dean. Freedom is my lucky friend. I love him till the very end. The choices that are made in life by others, sometimes your life depends, and I really couldn't tell the difference now between our whites and Lucas 8. And I really couldn't tell the difference now between Pat Rice and Hattie Dean. Kind of happened. We've always, every time we were together, and I had, you know, she's always been around instruments, and me, my brother, you know, since she was a kid, 3, 4, 5, that she's always been in the environment of us playing. And so, but over the years, she's a writer, and she has got a gift for. She'd be messing around with ideas if I had a keyboard, and then she'd be telling me some ideas for stories. And it's one of them things where you say, yeah, we could work on it, but then you don't see each other for a few years. But Alice, though, comes back and then plays the same chords, and she, you know, so she's got it. And the last time we did that, I was just messing around, and she told me the story about Broken Beauty. It was a few years ago, but it always stuck, and then it was one of them kind of. It was a really beautiful story one night. We just chatting and that, and it did inspire me. And she said, you know, maybe we could turn it into a song. And it was like, well, yeah. So just, as, yeah, dads do, got to get, you know, just turned it into got some chords together, and then it just evolved beautifully. And the more she was telling me about the story, it was the song, you was able to get the structure of the song. But it is, hopefully, since then, we have been collaborating, not on songs, but I did ask her, you know, in the spare time, why don't you get a keyboard? Because it was in lockdown, and she was bored, and she wanted something separate from the writing. So I get the keyboard out, and you're a wizard, you know. And she's got, I think it'd be good, yeah. So in the future, yeah. I mean, I haven't really over the years collaborated with that many people, and it was like a subconscious thing and a conscious thing where it can get murky and messy. There's no like grey area where it's like, so early doors, you know, I said, like with the Paleys, you know, we can all write songs, but, you know, somebody said, well, you've got a couple, so we may as well go with them. My thing was always like, we'll put them on the table if, you know, if the lads in the bands have new songs. And through the bands, it has happened like that. But on this album, kind of, with Kismet, with Nat, you know, it was a Nat's riff, and it evolved within a couple of minutes to and then Tom was kicking in with the drums, and it filled in with the drums, and then it was literally, by the time we'd finished that session, with the song was complete, would you say? It was fucking, you know, and we did, someone said, like, what should we call it? And it was Kismet, because it just fell into place. And that's an example of a collaboration where it was organic. We didn't set out to do Kismet. It just happened, and it had to be called Kismet because it was meant to be. And then, so I suppose as I'm getting older, I am not by, hasn't been a conscious thing, but I am enjoying collaborating more. And I suppose if we do, let's see, you know, you know, we're doing this album now and getting into the thick of this, but, you know, we're already starting working on new songs, so, you know. When we were kids, so for about 10 years since, so just when we were kids, all the summer holidays, we'd go to Glasgow. My Auntie Irene's, she lived in, first it was Govan, then Nitshill and Priest Hill. Which was brilliant because we got out of Liverpool. It's a holiday, you know, but it was seeing family as well. So we were there all the way through the summer holidays, so kind of got an affinity with the sense of humour, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles. I thought my mum and Scousers were funny, and then I met my Auntie Irene and her family. I was thinking, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? Then when we got them together, or my Auntie Irene came down to Liverpool, it was brilliant to be sitting around. As kids, we'd just be listening to them, you know. But so yeah, there was that affinity. My Uncle John was Rangers, my Auntie Irene was Celtic. So we just kept our trap shut when we were in there and had our dinner and went out. But that affinity has always been there. My Auntie Irene and my mum were really close, and so they'd come down to Liverpool. And then when we were playing football, there was two Glaswegian lads came down. You'd have the Sunday league, and then you'd go up to the Liverpool team would go to Glasgow, and you'd sleep on the footy team's floor. Then they'd come down to Liverpool, they'd sleep on your floor. Do you know what I mean? It was things like that. In your house, you know what I mean? So when you're kids, you're like, what the fuck's happening here? It's a weird one, but it worked, you know what I mean? But I was lucky because I went to my Auntie Irene, so that kind of worked. But the lads who came down from Glasgow, so as you're growing up, you're getting to learn about your family in Glasgow, and then some lads from Glasgow come down, to play, do the reverse, you know, stay on our floor. And it was brilliant, you know, because they were on Kenny, where I come from, and it was, they loved Liverpool. They, you know, they were just young lads, you know, but then when the Paleys started going up, all my family would be there, which was fantastic. And because of that early affinity, I just had it was just there naturally, you know. It was just within. Cutting through Lodgy, past St. Luke's, then home. A pretty señorita chatting on the phone. I'll fall there from the bluey, I'll follow her safely home. Did I misunderstand her? Was it simply just hello? It's not like it in the movies. There may be police involved. Do I keep on following her? Has it gone too far, too long? La 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 la, la 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 la. Do do do. Supper at the Marble, a bottle of Eden home. Going back to Paris, visit my second home. I didn't catch it in St. Louis, I just followed the back from Rome. Do I misunderstand her? Is she never alone? It's not like it in the movies. There may be police involved. Do I keep on following her? Has it gone too far, too long? La 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 la, la 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 la. Ah ooh, ah ooh, ah ooh, ah ooh. Well, she's not here, so Anne, this place was kind of on its last days. People, the beautiful building in the middle of this area, you know, redeveloped area. It's had Dingle's had a history, so this has been there. This 150, maybe more, 70 years. The man who his daughter died in the war. I think Florence went to war, you know, like a Florence Nightingale situation, and she got killed. So he built this institution in her name, in her memory. And over the years, since then, it's been used, like a lot of Liverpool boxers come from here. John Conte, John H. Tracy, and Nell Turpin, some of the earlier ones, my our fella's generation. So it's always had like a strong community, a sense of putting it back in, especially to the local community. But when Anne opened it up, she took it on. It was on its last days, and she's resurrected it. She won't take any of the credit for it, but she dragged it up. And, you know, people like ourselves, Jamie Farrell, the artist, other people have played here, supported it. Jamie Reid, yeah. Somebody did a photo session here. Yoko Ono, I think, did a photo session here. Or she's doing one. Or they're trying to get Yoko and no one Anne. She'll have her on stage singing a duet with someone, you know. Because, and it's still going, and it's beautiful, you know. And what Anne did when she took it over, she wanted to get the community in, but she didn't go round, you know. I did get a sense of it, people going like that, hold on a minute, we live in Dingle, this is ours, what the fuck are you doing here? But slowly but surely they started realising that it's for everyone. Everyone can come in. We're not, you know, it's like it's an opportunity for everyone, the whole community and the city, because, you know, she doesn't do advertising, she doesn't go around beating a cause, you know. It's like people come to Anne, you know, they see what she's trying to do, and instead of well, sometimes she does, but you know, where 9 times out of 10 you go to people and say, come on, yeah. A lot of people come to Anne and want to help and know what she's doing, understand what she's doing, and support her with no kind of ulterior, you know. Anne's got no ulterior motives, set agendas or anything. It's just if you're up for doing something, it'd be great. I see a light, I see a place to eat and maybe charge my phone up. I see a sign, it's getting close, it's Kismet. Muhammad kindly says, pass your phone, have some food, I'll charge it for you. You know it's getting late, and that's on the house, Muhammad said. When you wait in a different station, locked in as the days gone by, I'm walking up and down platforms in the mood of the morning, and cling to the radiator as the days gone by. Suddenly I see the light, it opens, fear to me go dancing through the winter trees. It's my love, it's pretty cold, can't wait to wrap my arms around your shoulders, warm heat across my feet. It's my love. When you're waiting, stuck in stations, locked in as the hours go by, I'm walking up and down platforms in the mood of the morning, and cling to the radiator as the hours go by. I'm walking up and down platforms in the mood of the morning and cling to the radiator as the days gone by. When you wait on different stations, locked in as the days gone by. Musically and creatively, nothing's changed because it's a constant. I was thinking about it recently, and I think, someone might have asked me that question. I thought, there's always a music scene. There's always new bands coming through. And then I actually thought about it for a change. I thought, why is that? You know what I mean? And then I thought, yeah, it's always there. There's Bold Street, there's places, there's families, there's brothers, there's sisters. When I was growing up, there was always a guitar in the room, even though I couldn't play it, or a piano. You know, I was on the periphery of, say, the 60s when the stand-up pianos were going out and people were getting synths in the room. And then, and it's just maybe because people do say it was the Empire, all the music coming into the city, but there was a lot of sheet music coming in as well. You know what I mean? So people were like learning not just what was coming off the ships, they were learning to play classical music, jazz, you know. The attitude never changes. The sense of humour never changes. The architecture has changed a lot, but we've kept a lot as well. They haven't gone nuts like they did in some cities. They've thought about it at the 11th hour and saved a lot. They've knocked a lot of stuff down, obviously, but that's just been the 60s and redevelopments and money. But Liverpool, in essence, as a whole, the personality doesn't change. I don't think it changes. Kenny Dalglish. All day. Yeah. Yeah. The king. A tides that tide you, and in post haste, a bridge that bridge you, and never away, and Glennis wouldn't leave you. You know she's too good for that. Jackie's on her own again. I suppose that's that. Trying to find you some peace of mind, thinking up something money can't buy. I got a friend and she lives very near. Yeah, you. Yeah, me. I'm in a race, but not against time. I've got a feeling not hard to find. We'll travel up there, yeah, just you and me. Yeah, you. yeah, me. Trying to find you some peace of mind, thinking of something money can't buy. I've got a friend and she lives very near. Yeah, you. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. And Glynis wouldn't leave you. You know she's too good for that. Jackie's on her own again. I suppose that's that. Yeah, you win, no, you lose. La 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 la. Nice one. Thank you, lads.